Chidinma Adetsina, the girl who turned hate to love.
I really hope that we just live in a space where there's not a lot of hate like this.
Hatred is something I never really understand. I don't understand why anyone would actually have hate in their heart. Hate is a very negative emotion. We have positive vibration, we have negative vibration. Some of your actions and some of your acts, it's negative, and some is positive. You see, when you hate and when you have hatred in your heart, it's a very, very low vibration. The thing about humanity you might not be aware of is that we are electromagnetic beings. And as electromagnetic beings, what does that mean? It means we have an electrical element and also a magnetic element within us. The fact that we can walk, we can run, we can move our arms, that's the electricity within us coming to play. That's how God made us.
I really need to give a lot of credit to God because He's the one that gave me so much strength and courage to face everything.
Our heart, it's a very powerful magnetic force. And you might be thinking to yourself, what does that really then mean in the scheme of things? If you have anything within your heart, that's what you will actually attract. Because as I said, your heart is a magnetic force, a very powerful one. If you're hating people, then you're giving out the vibration of hate. And guess what your heart will do? Your heart will go out there and attract what you are. Because you can only attract what you are. Your soul goes to work for you. So your soul will always attract whatever you are. The thing about Chidinma is that she was hounded out of South Africa. People didn't like the fact that her name was Chidinma. They believed she didn't really represent South Africa. The thing about names is that we as human beings, we have the freedom to call ourselves whatever names we want. I can decide to call myself a Japanese name. That doesn't mean I'm not from Nigeria. That's the name I choose. That's my God-given right. I can choose whatever name I want. At the end of the day, she had to leave. She had to leave for her sanity.
There is no bad blood. I'm still really grateful for this opportunity, and I really hope that someday we'll still come together and really get rid of all this hate.
So if you're behind that keyboard and, just pressing hate words and just hating people, guess what you're doing to yourself? You're attracting that which you are sending out. The thing about Chidinma is that she never for once returned hate with hate. If you ask me, that's a very wise move because she knows she doesn't represent hate and she doesn't want to attract hate, so she never responded with hate. Chidinma talks unity. I challenge you to go and listen to her interviews and you will find at least over 90% of positivity and talk of unity.
I advocate for unity in diversity.
The thing is that South Africa missed out on the perfect ambassador. If you ask me, Chidinma is a perfect ambassador for Africa. As far as I'm concerned, South Africa right now have an image problem. We see all over media. We see the xenophobia happening all over there. Chidinma would have been a perfect ambassador to say, hey, we can unite. I'm a uniting force. I have Nigerian within me, but we can all live together harmoniously. It could have been a perfect opportunity for South Africans to show that they have love within their heart. I know not all South Africa is hating, but it appears that a whole majority of them are, simply because of examples we see.
So for me to see 125 countries come together to celebrate a culture and we still understand each other and all the smiles, the happiness, the food and everything, that was really powerful for me. So I think it's just realizing the power of unity.
The way Chidinma was hounded out, they could have investigated this in a proper manner. You see, God gave South Africa Chidinma who could help them tell a different story. But for one reason or the other, they've decided to tell or portray a different story. Chidinma, you gave her hate. She gives you love. One thing I must give kudos to Nigeria is that they saw the potential. Like Chidinma said in one of her interviews.
Silverbird reached out to me and they saw that potential.
Nigeria saw the potential and they went for it because Nigerians are go-getters. That go-getting attitude, we saw it and we went for it. Unfortunately, South Africa missed out on that opportunity. How can you hate on somebody who has nothing to do with where she was born? As far as I'm concerned, even if you guys feel, oh, she's not from South Africa, that act was not committed by Chidinma. Chidinma was a baby. I think we need to be logical about this. And we need to use discretion. We need to look at all of it and think, okay, this problem we face, she's known all her life as a South African citizen. She's got a South African accent. Let's look at this and use some discretion. That's all you have to do. Some common sense. There was no common sense or logic. How can you be punishing Chidinma for an alleged crime of her parents? She has nothing to do with it. And we need to understand that.
I think me being crowned Miss Africa is actually for a reason.
Chidinma has turned this hatred around, and it's intriguing to see how she's done it. She understands what's coming from her heart, and she displayed it for the world to see. And guess what? The world saw it and gravitated towards it. Remember the song, All You Need Is Love? South Africa needs love. And to be honest with you, I actually sympathize with the situation in South Africa. As far as I'm concerned, there is a legacy mentality of the past still haunting South Africa. And that's something they need to work on and get rid of.
We always let people dictate our life, our future, our destiny. And I think we have so much power within us that we can actually change the narrative.
Chidinma vibrates love. The more hate you give her, the more love she gives you. And then she connects to the world. You're wondering, how did this girl do it? How is she so successful? The secret, she's vibrating love. So you keep vibrating your hate and see where that gets you. If you hate, you are actually going against the principle and fundamental of life. Life wants you to choose, and God wants you to choose positivity over negativity. It's a test. We're all on a journey, and the earlier you understand is to choose positivity, positive action, positive thoughts, positive life, positive endeavor over the negative, the better for you.
I feel like we are taught to hate ourselves, and that's the reason why there's so much hate everywhere. If you see a lot of the times on social media, you'll barely see good things trending. You'll barely see good things getting so much attention. But the moment it's something bad, you'll see it getting so much attention, so much likes, so much interactions. And I think we need to start changing the narrative right now and say, listen, we're not going to promote hate. Why can't we start loving ourselves and loving people as well? Because I don't think that you will hate someone to this extent and tell yourself that you love yourself. I don't think that's possible. So I think everything really starts from within yourself. You cannot give what you do not have. So I feel like we need to teach ourselves how to love ourselves more so that we'll be able to translate that to the world.
Don't hate someone because you don't like their name. Don't hate someone because you don't like their history, their tradition, or where they come from. Don't hate someone because of the color of their skin. Don't hate someone, period. Chidinma, Nigeria loves you. The world loves you. Please give me a like, guys. Please follow me. See you in the next video.